Yes, honey. I don't know what's going on in these streets. I was listening to the Breakfast Club the other day, and I heard the conversation between DJ Envy and Tyrese. And DJ Envy had a bone to pick with Tyrese about inappropriately texting his wife. Now, I was like, well, what is this all about? Well, apparently, you know, DJ Envy cheated on his wife a while back, Gia, and apparently, Tyrese ran to their rescue. He's supposed to be able to, help them find some type of resolve, and apparently he did. But in his doing so, he continued to text Gia on the side, and they established some type of platonic relationship, I would assume, until it became something inappropriate. So DJ Envy didn't like it. So he quickly put a stop to it, and he said he blocked Tyrese. Him and his wife didn't feel comfortable. So anywho, but then Tyrese, after the interview on the Breakfast Club, he apologized, but then he basically went on his live and was like, don't make no liar out of me, because I ain't blocked. I got the receipts to show that, yeah, and I still texting. So, honey, I don't know. And then DJ Envy, he came back with some additional receipts and went on the Breakfast Club and called Gia up, and she started talking about and telling her story, her side of it. This is a pure tea mess, and we gonna dish all about it. I'm gonna let you hear the video.
You on those psych meds, and you can say that you weren't.
What you mean?
But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserve me to box your mouth.
Whoa,
and I didn't.
Look at this, man. Me and your wife were communicating August 11th, 2022. August 11th, 2012. Look, I said something that was 7 hours and 3 she said without fail. Like, I got receipts. I'm sending images of my new Rolls Royce to your wife. Like, I know y'all always got nice cars and this and that. Like, if she blocked me, if I actually disrespected her, as you allege, and you felt the way, how are we communicating August 22nd, 2023? It's bullshit, bro. Like, that's like, look what your wife just texted back and said. Absolutely beautiful. Talking about me purchasing an island in Turks and Caicos. That was August 23rd, 2023. My heart to say to you and your wife, actually helped y'all in any way I could. But let's not be out here lying and creating characteristics in a man that ain't there, bro. I'm gonna box you in the mouth over some shit. First of all, ha, for real. But second of all, you lying on me, bro. You just making shit up.
And he was talking about some of the things that he didn't like about the Breakfast Club, and he said that he was upset that we didn't check on him when he was going through his problems, because when I was going through my problems with my wife, when we were at our lowest, he was there to help. And I told him during that conversation, I didn't, because you said some things to my wife and myself that I thought was disrespectful. He said we didn't check up on him. We checked up on him numerous times. I guess after the interview, everything was good. He apologized. We left on a positive note. But I guess when he got back home, maybe he read the comments, maybe social media, whatever it was, he got into a fit. And one post, he started crying and said we don't respect his mental. And then yesterday, he did a whole long video and he called me a liar.
And what you said, because you didn't say box him in your mouth. You said, I want to box your mouth.
Right.
I want to box your mouth.
So to answer Tyrese, yes, he was blocked. And the reason I know he was blocked is because he had Charlamagne and myself on a group text, and I never replied because I didn't see it. He did speak to my wife, and he wanted me and my wife to go on live, and he wanted to ish on his ex Samantha. He wanted to ish on his wife. And I actually texted him, and I said, good morning. No, I'm passing on this. I prayed on it. Wasn't in the card. Stay blessed. Have an amazing day. Right? Because I didn't want to be a part of him ishing on his wife. Right? So then he said I was lying and he never said anything disrespectful to my wife. Well, what he actually did was when they were talking, he was one of those dudes, and we all know that guy that tries to plant those seeds. If you had a man like me, it wouldn't have went down like that. I would have never. And I never said anything. And I'm going to tell you why I never said anything. I never said anything because, yes, Tyrese was there and he did help save my marriage. And I was like, I just don't want to ish on that. So I just kept it quiet and I just stepped away from him. Because it's difficult because you have somebody that helped, but then you also have somebody that's trying to hurt. But me and my wife accepted the help side, and he opened us up to a place where, you know, we were able to fix our relationship and fix our marriage. And our marriage is even stronger now. Then I got a text, July 8th, 2022. You got the text? I just sent you the text, right? That's somebody that works for Tyrese. You see that text?
I'm looking at the text.
Now, I never mentioned anything to...
Now let's hear Gia tell her version of this. Something in the milk just doesn't smell clean to me. Why would you rely on Tyrese to help you save your marriage with your husband that you found out that has been cheating? Now, does Tyrese have some type of clinical psychology or emotional well-being coach or license for relationships? Tyrese can't even keep his relationships together. What kind of advice would he give someone to help them stay in their marriage? It just doesn't make sense, okay? And then, even if you have resolved your issues with your husband, your cheating husband, why would you want to still continue to text with this man? It just doesn't make sense. But let's hear about it.
Talking to Tyrese, and there was a reason why I stopped talking to Tyrese, not because only did I think he was a bozo and full of ish, but also because of the way that I felt he was talking and conducting business with my wife. So I'm going to step back, and I want Charlamagne to ask the questions because I don't want you to...
Don't ask
I want,
me
no,
that.
I want you to ask.
Charlamagne is not getting involved
I
in
want
this
you to ask.
in no way, shape, or form. This is... Good morning, Gia, by the way. Okay?
Good morning.
This is a conversation between a husband and a wife, and why the husband stopped talking to somebody and why the wife stopped talking to somebody. So the husband and wife should have a conversation. I'm sitting back watching the Casey Crew live. Go.
Good question. So, babe, just for people that don't know, Tyrese helped save our relationship. When we were going through probably our lowest point and I cheated, Tyrese came in and really helped us and guided us through our relationship, correct?
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
And then we got to a point where we stopped talking to Tyrese. I even blocked Tyrese, and I wanted to box his mouth, as I said the other day. And can you explain to the people why we stopped talking to Tyrese?
Well, we stopped talking to Tyrese on two different occasions. Once many, many years ago, when he did do that amazing thing for us. He and I became friends, and we were very, very cool, and we spoke often. And a lot of times you'd be laying in the bed next to me while I was talking to him. And at first, everything was cool, but for me, it got to a point where it became inappropriate and uncomfortable, where I felt as though lines were being crossed. And you felt as though lines were being crossed, and we both decided that we were going to take a step back. And, you know, there was times where I felt like he was extremely demanding of my time and of my attention, where if I didn't give him my time and my attention, he would get very angry, get very upset, and let me know what his expectations were of me. And, you know, at that time, I didn't feel as though he was going through any mental issues. I didn't feel as though he was facing any mental challenges at that time. I know that he does go through things, and I know that he has been on medication, but at that time I felt as though he was very clear-minded and everything seemed cool. But when I started to feel uncomfortable and you started to feel uncomfortable, we took a step back.
Well, what lines were crossed? Because people would be like, well, what lines did he cross?
You know, I don't really feel comfortable being specific because at the same time, I still do have a respect for him. I know that you still do have a respect for him. Um, I would feel more comfortable just being general and saying that, there was flirting and inappropriate compliments for a woman who's married.
Okay, I respect
Is
that.
that fair?
Well, I'm sure this isn't the last that we've heard of these two. I can't wait until Tyrese he responds back to this latest Breakfast Club clip. So, anyways, but we'll be here to talk about it and dish about it. So, until next time, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you soon.